Good morning, everyone. So we are taking our Mercedes-Benz in on service, and we have just over, 60,000 miles. There we go, 60,282 miles on the vehicle. And why we're taking it in today is that the valve cover, or the timing cover, needs to be replaced. So right underneath the engine there, or the hood on the engine, the timing cover needs to be replaced. So we're gonna drive out and get that done out in the cities here, and hopefully get everything fixed. It's gonna be about a $1,700 job. So we're gonna get going here, and we have to make a few stops on the way, and then we're going to get this fixed at the awesome Mercedes-Benz dealer. So we're on the road in the Mercedes-Benz here, and we're just going out to the Twin Cities because our closest dealership is about an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half away, and I decided to leave early. I've got an appointment at 9:15 to get the valve cover resealed, I believe. I can't quite remember here what needs to be done, as I set this appointment like a month ago, and this was about the only day I could get in. So essentially we're going out to get that fixed. It's going to be quite expensive, and I didn't honestly think that it was going to come that fast. And honestly, when I read the forums with this engine, I never expected this to happen. This was probably something that I never read about in a forum, especially with this engine. It's pretty robust, pretty nice, but I didn't expect this valve cover issue to happen. One other thing to note, I just passed an area where there's a lot of different lanes in the road, a lot of turn lanes, stuff like that. While the Mercedes-Benz Drive Assist is definitely the best system that I have been in, even though this is still only a 2017, it definitely doesn't notice the lane you're in sometimes. Like when there's a turn lane off to the right on a 2-lane road, it will want to take you in that direction, which can be unsafe for sure. And I'm sure that system is fixed now, but it really wants to take you off to the right or to the left if there's a left-hand turn lane and you're going 56 miles an hour, what I am going right now. So that can become an issue. One other thing I wish it would do here is stay a little bit farther away from the vehicles, but like I'm following a Grand Cherokee in front of me right now, and I just, even at its farthest setting, I feel like I'm just a little too far away right now, and I wish I was a little bit farther away. But why I left early here, I need to run some errands, get stuff for my chicken coops, believe it or not. So I'm taking one of the back ways into the Twin Cities here, and luckily for me, like I said, the dealership's only from the house is only about an hour and a half away, maybe a little, 5-10 minutes longer than that, so it's not a bad drive at all. Not really, I mean, nothing that's going to inconvenience, a day that I took half off, so it's not a big deal on that. And I do like my Mercedes-Benz dealer. It's really, really, really nice. They have a ton of selection of cars because, frankly, there's not a lot of, there's no Mercedes-Benz dealers in the north woods of Wisconsin, Minnesota, except Twin Cities Mercedes-Benz, and that's it. So I think there's 3 of them in the Twin Cities, and then that's all you have to choose from, unless you go down to Rochester or you go down to the Madison, Milwaukee area, and then that's it. There's no other Mercedes-Benz dealer in our neck of the woods. So I just decided to go with a large chain Mercedes-Benz dealer. Well, not a large chain, but for this area is pretty large. It owns a lot of dealerships around here. They have awesome service, and really glad I chose them. And it's the closest to the house too. But I'm looking at some different cars today. I want to try out a GLS 450. Hopefully, or at least sit in it, and they have a GLE 580 there, a 2020 and a 2020 in the GLS and the GLE. So I'm curious to try out both here. We're not getting rid of this AMG 43 anytime soon, but just for a future car, you know, looking at something like a GLA 580, which has a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, which is hella fast. I think it's as fast as my Jeep SRT because it's got basically 500 horsepower and over 500 pound-feet of torque, or the GLS 450, which has this engine. I believe it's got the V6, but again, it's a lot slower, but it's a lot bigger. It can tow more, it can hold more stuff. It's Mercedes-Benz's biggest SUV out there. So I'm curious to check that out. Curious to check the GLE out as well, and hopefully, you know, they'll let me look in those vehicles. But you know, guys, I've grown to, excuse me, I'm tired. I've grown to like Mercedes-Benz a lot as a brand because of its history, its heritage, and I feel slightly connected with it, as a lot of my ancestors, which only four generations ago, well, not 3, 4 to 5 generations ago in the early 1900s came over from Germany. So just a little tidbit there, not that it actually matters, but I kind of like that fact of it, that I actually have German family members that own dealerships over there, like True dealerships, Toyota, Mercedes, stuff like that. I've never met them, and I'm probably never going to meet them, but that is pretty cool. And Mercedes-Benz has always held a special spot in my heart. Besides Mopar, I think the second brand I would get would be Mercedes-Benz, hence why we got this, because there is just so much quality in these cars. Now, again, you don't want to buy one of these cars brand new, because this thing costs $83,000 brand new. I don't know who in their right mind would pay $83,000 for this, because the performance you get for 83 grand just doesn't quite do it for me. This is more of a 75 to probably a $70,000 to $75,000 performance vehicle for sure. But we got it used for a heck of a good price, so their loss is my gain, which is sweet. But I always like Mercedes-Benz. Even in the older E550 I had a 2011 with the 5.5 liter naturally aspirated, and I always loved the quality in Mercedes-Benz. Everything is a good soft touch to it. I mean, the dash is leather wrapped. Everything in here that you touch is we're gonna throw it in sport mode now and pass some people, but everything you touch in the Mercedes is nice. Like literally everything. There's some hard plastics way down below on the door, but other than that, everything you touch is a really quality feel to it, which is what I like. So now, as we pass these cars, we can get to our destination a little bit quicker. This is a very kind of a fizzy car to drive. It's very fun. It offers a lot of fizz for a big SUV, 5,300 pounds, curb, and it you know, the engine, it is what it is. It propels the vehicle fast enough, and it really holds its own against, you know, other SUVs for sure. And the AMG performance of it definitely helps too. I love the ride. It's a Jekyll and Hyde personality. You can have just a smooth ride, one of the smoothest rides I've ever been in. And then you could put it into Sport Plus, where you get all the fizziness of a Mercedes-Benz AMG product, and some speed to it, some crackles and pops, a better, heavier steering set, a better suspension provided by that air suspension, and it feels really fun to drive. Everything stiffens up. Gears get changed, stuff like that. Excuse me, I am tired this morning. But I have to say, I thoroughly enjoy the car. Everything's quality in this. Honestly, I love the older Mercedes-Benz interior. This is still very similar to my E550 that I had. in terms of interior. They didn't switch the GLE over until 2019, I believe, to that different interior, I want to say. I just love this interior. This is probably when Mercedes-Benz was at peak quality in from like 2009, let's say, to about 2019-ish, somewhere in there, where their interiors were just spot on. Everything in here is gorgeous. Everything in here is well put together, no rattles. The leather seats are astoundingly good. I mean, that you really cannot go wrong with the interior on this. So I'm going to get back to driving here. I'm clearly pretty tired, and we'll see ya when we get to the Benz dealer. Hey everyone, so yeah, we're on our way back from the dealer. I didn't think it would be this late. It's 7 o'clock. I've been on the road for about 30 minutes now. Got out of the dealership at about 6:30. So I got there about 9 o'clock, and it was a 9.5 hour wait. No, 10.5 hour wait. Yeah. 9.5 hour wait. I'm sorry, I can't even do mental math. So I'm just driving back now to the house, and essentially there was a lot more issues than what was discussed and what the tech found here. So I've got a lot of stuff. I'm going to go over this when I get home with you, just to, discuss what happened and see if any of you have this issue as well. The total cost for everything here, and like I said, we're going to go through this when we get home, was $3791.14, so $3,791.14. Total parts was about $1,000. Total labor was about $2,700. So that's what it included. So now the big things here were the front timing covers were leaking oil, so those got resealed. And along with that, the inspection found that the front timing covers are leaking oil, cleaned residual oil from engine area and surrounding components, disconnected related electronic connectors, repositioned low temperature coolant surge tank, removed oil filter cap, removed front timing covers, cleaned all sealing surfaces, replaced camshaft solenoid actuator seals, applied new sealant to front timing covers, and reassembled all components. No further leaks detected at this time. So that was what was done there. And then upon further inspection here, the tech noticed that the left valve cover had a significant oil leak. So he advised me to complete reseal of left cylinder head covers. So that needed to be done as well. Now, it runs like a top. So here's where I'm at with the vehicle. And again, I'm gonna show you that so you can actually see this, not in the dark. Here's the problem with this vehicle that I'm having, and I should have done more research on this vehicle before I bought it, but let's turn on another light here. Maybe not that one. So that is apparently a known issue with the vehicle. The timing covers need to be replaced. That's a known issue. Hey, that's okay. But what wasn't a known issue was I'm sorry, I have to trying to drive and do this at the same time. The left valve cover had an oil leak. That's not a known issue. So that's essentially what got this to about $4,000. Knowing this would have happened, I would have bought an extended warranty. Going into today, if I would have known I would have had to pay that money, I would have bought an extended warranty for the vehicle, which is a damn shame, because now I'm to the point where it's like, okay, how long do we want to keep this car? We've had it for about 10 months now, and originally we were going to keep it to around 100,000 miles and then get rid of it. Well, we're at 60 right now, and that's still, I think, the plan. But it's like, now we're to the point where, do we want to get an extended warranty in case, you know, this happens again, which it shouldn't, because there's a 2-year parts warranty on this stuff. So through Mercedes-Benz, so there shouldn't be this issue again. But you know, you run into transmission issues, you run into air suspension. It's like, how much money do you want to stick into this? And I guess I'm at a point now where I don't get the extended warranty, and now we wait till our next car. And while I was sitting in the dealership, I was looking at different vehicles, and I thought to myself, well, hey, you know, in 3 more years, you know, for however long we have the vehicle here, in 3 more years, let's see, going through a roundabout.
Please take the second exit at the traffic circle onto US 63 North.
So now we're to the point where it's like, okay, you know, I'm a diehard Mopar guy. My mom and dad have 2 Mopar vehicles, and of course I have...
Now exit the traffic circle.
4 Mopar vehicles. So I'm to the point where it's like, okay, do we go with a Jeep? Or my girlfriend does not want to get, and did not want to get, a Durango RT Tongo. That's why we got this. So do I wait for the Jeep Grand Cherokee L's with the 5.7 liter Hemi to go down in 3 years or whatever? Or do we just want to get another Mercedes, you know, another GLE product, which those are going down in price too. But then you run into the issue of, you know, what's going on here. And I guess, you know, if I'm going to attempt to pass this guy. If this is me again, guys, if you own a German vehicle like this, that's, you know, a later model, not super new, not super old, buy the extended warranty. That is going to be the title of this video. Buy the extended warranty. And I'm going to do a deep dive video on this subject. Buy the extended warranty for the vehicle. It's a must. It truly is a must. Going for the quick pass here. Woo! This vehicle is so much fun, and that's what makes it worth it. That's what makes it worth it. But yeah, if you're going to spend the money on a vehicle like this, why not buy the extended warranty? And now knowing this, if I were to get another GLE, let's say a 580 or a 53 AMG now, I would buy the extended warranty on it and just pay the money. Just pay the money. I have not, out of the 11 or 15 cars, whatever I've owned personally, I've never stuck this much money into a vehicle in repairs. I can count all my cars, and I haven't stuck that much money into a vehicle for repairs before. So, with that being said, it's just such a love-hate relationship. I love driving this vehicle because it's so much fun. There's a lot of fizz to it. You know, it's still modern, but it's old Mercedes, so it's none of this bullshit inline 4-cylinder shit that they're putting in cars now, excuse my language. And it's none of this, you know, mild hybrid assist that everything has now. So it's still a great fun car. V6 cold V configuration, awesome vehicle to drive, more than capable, and you know, it's really just a boatload of fun. So again, love-hate relationship, torn relationship with it, but at the end of the day, yeah, that's a shit ton of money. Sorry my language, but it's been enjoyable to drive and enjoyable to own so far. And make sure you get the warranty. But we're gonna head home and just go over this quick, get it on video. And if my girlfriend's still awake when I get home, I want to get her thoughts what her thoughts are on it, and see, you know, if she's still happy. Because at the end of the day, this is her vehicle. She's paying the bill. I'm lucky enough to where I'm self-employed. I own a golf course. I could take off of work for major repairs like this if need be. So let's head back inside, guys, and see what her thoughts are, my thoughts on that spec sheet. All right, guys, we just got back home, and here, of course, I'm blocking out my information on here, but as you can see, here's everything that needed to be done with the vehicle. I'll let you take a look at that. I did get a loaner car, which was really nice. And then we're going to flip the page here. And this is the left valve cover that had a significant oil leak. That was $2,200. So, yeah. That was expensive. So, again, here's reposition engine control unit and engine harness, removed left bank ignition coils, removed left bank fuel injectors with fuel rail, removed vacuum pump, removed left valve cover, cleaned all sealing surfaces, applied new sealant to left valve cover, and reinstalled, reassembled all components, cleaned residual oil from engine and surrounding components. No further leaks detected at this time. So again, there is the price of everything. Of course, the labor was $1492.80, and everything else was fairly cheap. So not too bad. But yeah, the price on that was expensive. And of course, there we go to the end here. Labor amount was $2671.60. Parts were about $1,000. Miscellaneous charges were $50. Total charges and sales tax came to $3791.14. And yeah, there we have it. So that is how much it cost us for our Mercedes-Benz visit here this time. As always, guys, it's important to get a warranty with any of your German vehicles, which I should have got when I bought the vehicle. So, as you can tell, my somber voice here, I'm bummed out. I am bummed out. But are we still glad we got the car, honey?
Yes.
Yes, so we're still glad we got the car. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe.